July is the busiest month to visit Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. However, we've noticed this year that there is a lot less traffic and it's a lot less busy than what it has been in the past. Let's talk about it. My husband is a chef. He works in the restaurant industry and he said that he's noticed a huge decline in, their numbers this July compared to past Julys. And I think it's a mixture of things, right? I think we are experiencing some issues due to the storm, Hurricane Helene, that came through and wiped out I-40. So there's a huge chunk of interstate now that won't allow you to get to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. You have to go the long way around. It's prevented me, like, we've put off trips to South Carolina and North Carolina because we don't want to go the long way around. And, we don't want to add 3 hours onto our trip when normally we could go through that area and it'd be an hour and a half. I think people are also saving money. I know times are kind of hard right now. My husband and I are feeling it. We have stable, good jobs, but we're also parents. We have 4 kids. We're expecting, and bills are bills. And, we're lucky to be in a stable environment, but stuff is more expensive than it's ever been. And I think people are just afraid to travel, and I get that. And, we went into town on Monday a couple days ago, and normally I will not go into town like on 4th of July weekend or like a 3-day holiday weekend. I'm not going. Okay, I'm keeping my I work from home, thankfully, so I don't have to drive to work. I take my kids to school or daycare, and then I stay at home and work. I will not drive into town on busy days. But we went into town on Monday because my husband was off work. We wanted to go get lunch, and traffic was not bad. And like normally July, you cannot get from one light to the next light on the main parkway without like 10 minutes. And we were fine. And the back roads, which the back roads aren't a secret anymore, everybody knows them, even tourists. But like the back roads were definitely moving. Like you can get around town right now, unless there's a wreck, without any traffic. So I guess my other point is, if you've been avoiding coming into town right now because of crowds and traffic and things like that, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's hot. Don't get me wrong, it's really hot. But like crowds are not that bad. Now, I don't think we're hurting. I don't think Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg is like hurting for money or finances or tourism. I think the popular places are still profitable. They're going to be just fine. But I do think it's worth noting that the past couple of years, our numbers have definitely gone down. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are. I'm curious if, maybe you're not traveling or you're just traveling less. And maybe, what your thoughts are on the topic. But I will talk to you all soon.